Happy New Year, happy full moon in Leo. I hope that 2024 is bringing you gently and beautifully to exactly where you need to be. We have a really special moon today. This full moon in Leo is bringing up a whole load of things that began last summer when we had the new moon in Leo. If you think for a moment or feel into a second, you can even take your phone and look at your emails or your photographs about what was happening last summer if you don't immediately have something that comes to mind. But it's the thread that was planted last August or last summer over the whole period when Venus was in this extraordinary retrograde for such an enormous period of time and stayed in Leo direct retrograde and then direct again for 4 months, give or take, which is absolutely not normal. It's very normal for Leo to be in Venus, but just not for that amount of time. So coupled with the fact that Pluto has just moved into Aquarius, the Sun has moved into Aquarius, and we have an activation point of Jupiter in square to this new moon, a full moon, a new Sun in Aquarius, it's a very interesting moment. And I ask you to take a minute to have a look at your chart. If you haven't received your chart and you wanted to, just send me an email and with your details, and I'll send it to you today if I can. Have a little look and tell me what comes up for you at 5 degrees. Is there something that's lighting in at 5 degrees in Leo for you? Either at that moment in conjunction, across from it in opposition, or in square to it. So if you have something that's happening at these points, either with a planet, an angle, an ascendant, or a descendant, then you will be feeling this moon maybe more than other people. For me, it is. But I mean, it's not all about me, and I will tell you that later. But when something comes into contact with a full moon, there is a deeper illumination than there is for something when it is just a full moon. The full moon in itself, we feel a really strong energy. The moon is full of the sun's energy when it's full. So this is a very masculine energy where it can be quite dynamic. In fact, men may feel the full moon, whereas men don't really feel the new moon, which is associated with more feminine energy and intuition and trust. The full moon is this big booming noise. But in this big booming noise and this great big light, everything becomes visible. So we see the beauty, we see the possibilities, we see the road ahead, and we also see the cracks. These are things that were placed last summer when the moon was new in Leo. So take a minute with that. And if you need to pause and come back. What came up there, what began there, or perhaps it was a part of the journey that just became bigger, will be coming up now. So not just maybe today, but over the next few days either side, and it might feel really big. You may feel that you're feeling more swollen, that you're having kind of more headaches, particularly on the right side of your body. Or you may be feeling really excited. Anything you're feeling is great. I am feeling all of the things and more. I'm using, if you will remember last year, you'll have the mini set of the chakra oils. I'm using the heart one today because Leo is associated with the heart center, the heart chakra point, and this energy, and with this illumination in reference to its Venus seed, there's a real kind of a feeling about being really able to step into your points of creativity and play, but also showing yourself for exactly who you are, stepping into the light, this moon is lighting up places of your chart where perhaps you have been hiding and you need to shine. When we come from this place of heart-centered truth, we're coming at a very high vibration, and we can amplify that vibration by being excited about it. Sometimes I feel that we have fear when we put ourselves into the light, because when we're in the light, we are also in the line for critics, for inner critics, but outer critics, and people who are perhaps themselves are afraid to be in the arena and afraid to be in the light. So this moon and Leo, with all of the shiny lion confidence, is saying to step into the light, to not be afraid of where you're going or what you have to offer, just to be you and just to be shine. And you know what? If they don't like it, they can look the other way. So I'm going to take my oil while I'm talking to you. I'm going to put some in my hand. My favorite thing to do is always the palm inhalation. You heat the oils. As I'm heating them, I can really start smelling them. If you're watching this and you don't have the set, you could use a little orange. If you don't have any essential oil, you could take a little orange peel and rub it in your hand, or just burst the skin of an orange and let that zest light you up. You can use your hands above your heart center to feel the vibration and connect into that point, or you can just let the scent wash through you. So 2 feet on the ground, straight back, breathing in, feeling your feet on the ground, letting it go. Let the tension slip away from your shoulders. If there's anything you want to release with a sound, let it go with a ha. And once you feel that you have released any boundaries of judgment that you might be having towards yourself in this moment, start to breathe in the light. Wherever you are in your room, allow your face to turn towards the light, whether that is the sun, the window light, a light in the room, a book light, a candle. And feel the light bathe you. Allow the light to come in and to break through your hands and connect with your heart center. Breathing in. Allow the external light and your internal light to become one ball. And allow this ball of light, you can give it a color. I like gold. Allow this ball to grow. And allow this ball to start pulsing and vibrating and feeling excited and joyful and full of love and full of all of the good things, of confidence and trust. And just let that light and the ball get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it has expanded out past your body into your field and is encompassing you as an enormous hole of golden light, and then just let it burst. As you feel the light burst, feel that energy come back to your skin, to your flesh, to your bones, and to your heart center, and fill you up and illuminate you. Anything that comes up, notice, breathe. And when you're ready, Open your eyes, wiggle your hands, wiggle your toes. So, you can do that little meditation again later if you feel it, or tomorrow, or when you're ready to set some intentions around this moon or have understanding of where this moon is lighting your chart. It's completely up to you. Astrology wise, this moon is going to be lighting for Leo and Leo rising within your first house. So your first house is all about who you are, your identity, your sense of self, and the way other people see you. If you have not been showing yourself in your creative work and or community, this is really a moment for you to start doing that. So for me, I'm feeling really what that requires is for you to let go of other people's opinions about what you're doing, who you are, what you look like. You might take this as an opportunity to have a little bit of a revamp, or just to come out and, you know, shake out your hair and just be exactly how you want to be in that day. For me, I'm having some connection with that. I am a Leo rising, and it's a period where I think that there can be a lot of opportunity coming in. There can be opportunity within the community, but also opportunity with creative work that you have already begun. Perhaps these seeds were planted last summer, perhaps it was further back. But really, you know, it's a time for you to show value and recognition to yourself and feel that in that vibration that then comes out, and other people see it that way as well. For people who have Cancer rising, this moon will be in your second house. That's a connection to your worth. Venus has just moved into Capricorn, and that will also be kind of playing on everybody's sense of value and worth and process. So is there something holding you back? No, there's not. Honestly, there's really not. It's just your attitude of not doing it. So you have to value yourself, value what you're doing, and really start investing in it. And as soon as you do, other people are going to start valuing it for you as well. So yeah, you know, be ready to receive. Put your citrine out into the moonlight tonight. Put your pyrite out into the moonlight tonight. And just feel that enormous moon light you up with the value that you need to see in yourself. For Gemini, it is in your third house. I'm doing a little reading of my little thing. I've made myself a diagram so that I don't forget. So for Gemini, this is in your third house, which is asking you to let go of outdated ideas, but also perhaps ways in which communication has become glitchy and outdated, or perhaps you have a narrative that's been going around and around and really is just not necessary anymore. So if you're trying to communicate something, or you want to show yourself as a communicator or put a communication out into the world, try to do it in a different way. Again, we've had this Pluto moving into Aquarius. Aquarius is all very much about techie and new ways of being. If you were always insisting on calling, maybe you should text. Or if you know you have a piece that you're working on that you're not finding the words, maybe surrender to the moon and let that moon energy come through you and just automatically write what's going on. And what you're receiving, as opposed to thinking too hard about what it should be like. Taurus, this is lighting your fourth house, so Taurus rising. In the fourth house, you know, fourth house is always about our home. And when moons are activated for the rising in the fourth house, it can bring up kind of foundational, I don't want to say issues, but maybe foundational cracks. So things that perhaps you have been holding on to for too long that are then causing ruptures within your home, and you need to let go of, because it's an opportunity to find something different, something new, or new ways of being within your home and your family. It's also a way that you can reflect on how you're being nurtured, and if you're allowing enough, allowing yourself to shine, to be nurtured, or perhaps you're not giving yourself the opportunity to be a little bit playful with this aspect of nurturing. It doesn't always have to be such a serious business, and that's something that Aries are definitely going to be feeling this moon, because Aries, this moon is falling into the 5th house, which is all about play. The 5th house is ruled by Leo, and it's asking you to be a little bit more joyful and less serious about your really how your creative process. Perhaps you could move back to doing something. If you're working on a creative project, try to find a more childlike way to do it, or connect with that child energy. This child energy of excitement is high vibrational Leo energy. And when we are excited, we're at our absolute highest point of manifesting, of attraction, and of being. So Aries, don't overthink it. Find some joy in it and be excited about what it is to come. Capricorn, Pisces first. Pisces. So Pisces, this is falling into your 6th house, which is about our physical body and our workplace. Perhaps you need to shine a little bit of light on your physical body. Show your body to the moon, quite simply. If it's at all possible, go outside, maybe show a shoulder, to maybe take it all off and grab some of the moonlight into your body and use it as a way of connecting with your physical body and allowing your physical body to shine. I feel like really strongly this idea of holistic well-being and it looking a certain way or being a certain way is completely outdated, and we need to be happy in our bodies to begin our process of healing, as opposed to being always searching for happiness in our physical bodies on a journey of healing. So this is a moment just to feel how the moonlight feels on your skin, and unabashedly be in your body and do something wonderful for your body. Maybe a beautiful walk, or some great yoga, something a little bit energized maybe. Aquarius, this is happening in your 7th house of relationships. This will be interesting for you because obviously the seed was planted last summer with the Venus retrograde and the new moon, and that was all about relationships. So you might find something is coming up for you with this moon, either that you have a real realization about something that's been holding your relationship back, or a realization about what has been holding you back from having relationships, particularly one-on-one. But love, I think, inflames, and this kind of idea of one other is, should be a little bit more mutable. So there will be a relationship thing coming up for you this full moon, either a new relationship coming in or seeing your relationship differently. I'm hoping in a really good way. For Capricorn, this is lighting your 8th house, which is intimacy and endings. So either you can use this, and this is a really good one for you in the sense that it could be a big ending for you, yes, but it also could be a really deeply cathartic, great, intimate session. I mean, YouTube, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful because this link will go up there about there's some words I think I can't say, but rompy pompy, is possible for it. But yes, so this 8th house, let the moon shift your ideas about just really openly saying what you want, showing what you want, and doing what you want, as opposed to consensually, as opposed to thinking about it. I think that when we shift our boundaries, we shift our possibilities of intimacy. And that doesn't, I don't mean it by shifting your boundaries outwards. I just mean shifting the value of your boundaries and how you value the lines you are drawing. Or, you can drop a wall and create a boundary at exactly the same time. And that can help you lead you to a deeper sense of intimacy. So there's a real transformation here. And yes, 8th house, it is a delicious house, and it is as dark as it is deep, and you can go as deeply into it as you so wish. But it could be a really great moment for you. Full moons normally are anyway. Sagittarius, this moon is in your 9th house. So are you dreaming big enough? Are you dreaming big enough? Are you being bold enough? And are you being brave enough? The 9th house, this could be a real ignition point for you, or understanding about what you really want to do. Maybe you're at the end of a course, maybe you're about to begin a course, or you have had a new awakening with your belief system or ideas. I think that, it's definitely the moment to relinquish small thinking, and definitely the moment to relinquish other people's ideas about what your box should look like. Make your own box, or bust the box altogether. Scorpio, this is in your 10th house. Your 10th house is all about your work and your career, but also the recognition that you're receiving for it. It can sometimes be aligned with our midheaven, and in that sense, it's the ideas that perhaps our family or foundational groups have put upon what they feel like we should be doing for our work. And this full moon in Leo is really an important expansion in deciding to really have the recognition that you need to have for the work that you're doing and be done. So take this moment to shine within your career. If you're looking to apply for what's it called? Promotion, or a bigger job, or a better job, or you're wanting to try something new within your career, or send something out to have some recognition back, or to take a real shift point on it. This is a great moment for you. There's a lot of light and a lot of luck around that. And when we shift the wheel to connect with that 10th house, it's also going to then change your outlook on life, because Jupiter would be sitting there. Libra, this is your 11th house. So 11th house is all about our community and our hopes and dreams. Perhaps this is a moment for you to feel something realized within your community, and perhaps a little wish that you planted last summer has now kind of come into fruition, or the thread that you have felt there from last summer is kind of weaving through, and you see that now. Seeing it now is like a time for you to receive or to see it, but then there's this next moment, which is the last quarter, where you actually will receive the abundance from it. So Libra, you're always poetic in your vision, and this is a moment for you to be poetic in your reward, and receive recognition within your community and your work. Virgo, this is in your 12th house. 12 houses are houses where we have kind of gone the whole the whole way round the wheel, and they can feel really quite deeply. So for you, this moon will be perhaps being felt extremely intensely. Perhaps there are roads which have ended. Perhaps new paths are opening. Perhaps it is a moment of completion for you, and this moon will give you a little bit of a light to go forward with, you know. Sometimes I feel like when we have big lunations in the 12th house, we can feel isolated. I want you to know that you're not alone, that the whole cyclical nature of the moon, I feel, is so deeply important, because it shows us not only the cycle but also the connection that we all have within the cycle, and we all are at different points on this wheel, but we're all together on it. So yes, I feel like this is a big moment of something closing perhaps, and then something opening. But Leo is a really joyful light, so we need to remember to look into that light, to feel the light. If possible for you, you know, I love to drink moon water. This is a great moon to collect some water. You can take your bottle with some water and just put it directly out, or you could put a crystal in the water and then put it out, or next to the bottle, completely up to you. But yeah, take it easy, and just open to the possibilities. Jupiter is offering a lot of possibilities, so there definitely will be a lot of things happening for you around April, May, when we have the beginning of the eclipse cycle, and Jupiter will also shift into Gemini, which is ruling Mercury, and of course Mercury rules Virgo in 26th, I think, of May. Okay, so this is going on far too long, but shall we do the tarot? I have 3 piles, one with a lepidolite, that's pile 1. Pile 2 is with a citrine, and pile 3 is with a moonstone. So just take a moment and pause, and then breathe into yourself, feel yourself, and know where you want to go with it. If you want to pause and come back, pause and come back. Okay, so the first pile is the lepidolite. The lepidolite is the Hierophant. I think the Hierophant is such a beautiful card. So the Hierophant, really, for me, and obviously speaking to you now, I know that this is about you finding all of that, I don't want to say witchiness, because I think it's probably downplays it, but the intuition and the knowing, the understanding and the connection with it within yourself. I did put a clarifying card for each one, and yours is the Page of Wands, which would mean that you are choosing to maybe start studying an esoteric study or an esoteric path in relation to the moon being in Leo. I would say that if you have completed an esoteric study or a new belief thing, and you want to like start putting yourself out there, this would be a great opportunity to do it. It is all within you. It's all there. You don't actually need to study anymore. The moment for action is now, and to go on, you know, complete the course, begin the course, become that page yourself. This is a great moment for you to do it. So that's really quite beautiful. The citrine is the Two of Cups. My light's not so great. The Two of Cups. I love the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is about the relationship, well, about relationships in the sense of a one-on-one relationship, a 7th house relationship. But, you know, if this is for you, I just check the other card is the Eight of Coins. So the Eight of Coins is the clarifying card on it. This is an opportunity for you to deepen your relationship with another. If you... The Eight of Coins would represent the fact that you have actually been going through something, and perhaps it was a little bit of a struggle. But being an 8, we are representing that you need to keep going in your journey. The 8 would be a last quarter moon, in the sense that, you know, you have done it, you have done the work, you're right there, you're right on the cusp, and just before you get exactly what you want, the universe often puts this like tight hold on you where you feel like it's not going to happen. No, it is going to happen, you know. You just need to keep going. So if it is that you're in the relationship and you have been doing a lot of the work, then know that that work has all been for it and worth it. This possibly was something that began last summer with the Venus retrograde, that you started to see or feel things differently. Perhaps there were some skeletons that came out of the closet. It's a true bond, you know, and it is your choice. And you need to keep going. If you're in the process that this Two of Cups has come to you and you're not in a relationship, know that one is coming right there. So again, it's working on both sides of that, and whatever relationship that looks like to you, of course. Last card is the moonstone. So it's the Fool. The Fool is a new beginning. So this is it, you know. There's something that you have decided to embark upon. Perhaps it's with yourself. Perhaps, you know, you have had a lot of change that has come recently. I mean, Taurus placements, I look to you. There's been a lot of change that has been happening over the last 18 months, and your path is now free. This is a new part of your journey. You can let go. You let go of all of the stuff that has come before and see it as a new path. And if you are feeling fearful that this is you know, fearful of the new, because I think that sometimes people can be afraid of that blank page. If you're fearful of the new, know that everything is going to be amazing. The Sun is undoubtedly one of the best cards in the pack. Happiness, joy, love. This full moon, you know, in Leo, it's very much representative of that, and full of the Sun, ruled by the Sun. Your new path is beautiful. It's glorious. It's lit. So go ahead and take your first steps. I hope that this has been helpful. I'm sorry that it ran so long. I would ask you all to take a moment after this finishes just to put your hands on your heart, to breathe, and one, to let go of anything that needs to be let go of. Usually it's not a physical thing. And two, to set an intention of moving forward, and with this moon, if you can go and dance in the moonlight, dance in the moonlight. This would be the moon to do it, even though it's freezing cold. The light will be warm, and sending you so much love.